Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to NavalArt. In the previous episode of this mini campaign, I designed this little beautiful ship. Let's put it that way. And this ship actually did far better than I expected, defeating battleship Issei, and with that I now get to inherit a couple of its properties. I get to inherit a couple of their 5.5-inch casemates, as well as their 14-inch guns. So we are going to need a bigger boat. And to that end, we're just going to let's start here. I'm going to say that the forward width is going to be upgraded to 25, and the backward width is going to be doing pretty much the same. So I'm going to be doing this for the whole ship, and then probably take off some of the main guns, because I now get to upgrade to 14 inches. So, new boat, who this? Well, this is going to be the upgraded version of the DD. I'm going to remove the 5-inchers, because I don't feel like I really need those anymore, at least not directly. I'm going to remove all these barbettes, and we're going to have a look at these new guns that I can get. So these are the 14-inchers. That means that is it class as 14? No, they're classing it as 5.5 inch. So these guys actually use the metric system. Would you look at that? So that means we're looking at a Japanese 356mm Type 41 twin turret. You also got the twin turret 1, but I'm going to go with the upgraded twin turret 2. These are probably going to require quite a bit of space, but that's fine. We have quite a bit of space on this new ship. Now, considering that they are somewhat tall, the hull is capable of sustaining those, and as you guys have pointed out, if you go to the, I think the module viewer, you can set how tall this thing is. So you can set the gun elevator to be less tall. And as such, I'm not sure if it has any impact on the rest of the ship or the survivability or the hit points. Doesn't really matter. It works. Alright, back to normal view. Let's go and add a barbette. So I can clone this one. And I can put that amidships. Make this thing not that long really. It doesn't have to be that long, but it does have to be a fair bit wider. Probably in the regions of 8. Not like that. 8. Forward width 8. Backwards width 8. There we go. Is that going to be able to house that new gun? Yeah, it should be. Let's push that down into the deck. Copy this one. And just a tad too small. Okay, fine. Make it 10. And make it 10. No. This one 10. And we're going to push it back just a touch. There we go. Now these things have a radar rangefinder, or well, not a radar rangefinder. They have a rangefinder built in, so that's fine. As you guys have pointed out, I put this thing up quite wrong. So let's remove that and instead go for a different radar. Modules. Well, we're going pretty Japanese, but I don't really want a rangefinder. I want to have a radar. Not a very advanced one. I'm not sure exactly if it really helps me either, because the way that I'm looking at it, if you're giving your guns over to the AI, yeah, then maybe you need something like this. If, however, you're taking manual control of the guns, as I do, I'm not too sure if it's going to be that useful. What did I have on there? I believe it was a radar. That's the Mark 8. Is that the right configuration? I really don't know. This is definitely not it. Yeah, I'm assuming that this is the let's say the radiator and that's the receiver. Oh well. If not, it's going to be a very amusing comment section. Now, considering the ship is a whole lot bigger, we're also going to need to do something about these funnels, because we're currently sporting a couple of these DD funnels, but of course that will not do. We need something a little bigger. Sticking to the Japanese theme, let's go for the Japanese funnel 3. Put 2 of them on there. And the torpedo launchers, I do want to keep them, just not where they are. I'm going to put them, let's say, somewhere along the side of the ship. And also have a couple of 5-inch guns. So let's say we make this thing a whole lot... No, not like that. A whole lot wider. That should accommodate for a 5-inch gun. So I might be able to put a 5-inch gun on there, give that over to the AI, and with that capability have an autonomous weapon capable of going after a, let's say, a relatively smaller ship. So I think we had these. Yep. Yeah, this thing is sticking out just a touch. So let's say the elevator is slightly less tall, and then mirror it. Go to the module viewer and switch it over to the AI. That way, at least these 5-inch guns are going to be doing, well, ideally something useful. As for the back of the ship, let's just put, well, I guess we're kind of upgrading to a battleship now. Why not? Let's rotate these guns. And then put another one down there. There. Congratulations, you're now a battleship. We've upgraded from destroyer to battleship. The thing is, the ship has an engine, but it doesn't have any way of propelling itself through the water just yet. I do believe that there was an engine shaft. Yes, a propeller shaft. Excellent. That is tiny. Like, is that really? There, that's more like it. Yeah, that's a lot more like it. Okay, I want one of those. Maybe even 2 of those. They're still somewhat small-ish, but I think it'll do. Yeah. Considering the orientation of this part, I think it makes sense to have these things oriented slightly different. Not like that. So let's say have them oriented. And I know that's not specifically how they normally would be, but I don't really know how to do the let's say the good superstructures, let alone the good hulls. Because these 2 parts up there, ideally, should be connected to the stern. So, hold on. If I say this is going to have a backward width, maybe I can make something happen here. So we're going to have this one also increase the backward width. Backward width. That's forward, backward width. Ooh, you'd have to increase it a lot. Lift it up a little. A little more. Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to increase this thing quite a bit. Let's say make that 21, 20, and then we're going to go with this next part to a backward width of about 18, I think. 16, no, that still has to be 18. Backward width 18. Yeah, that looks a bit weird, but I guess it makes more sense relative to what we had. So I'm going to keep it. This thing, let's mirror that and then put a prop on. What sort of a prop am I going with? I used to have the destroyer propeller, but I'm now a fairly more sizable ship. Are you going to be like that about it? Really? You're not just going to snap to the part? I mean, that would make more sense. Can this thing... Yeah, that actually looks not terrible. Whoops. Mirror mode. And then we need a rudder. Now, surprisingly, they have, like, carrier rudders. They have cruiser rudders. But they don't have battleship rudders. I don't exactly understand why they don't have battleship rudders. So, I guess a carrier... Holy shit, that thing is enormous. A carrier rudder is going to have to do. And we'll just kind of slam that into the ship. That's not the right way. Forward. There. Push it. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can just delete this part. Put the rudder over there. Okay. Armor-wise, this ship is going to have to try and take quite a few hits, because I might want to take on a slightly more modern warship. Because without being able to take it on modern warships, of course, I won't actually get access to something like a VLS or a Sea Whiz or Sparrows. So I'm going to have to try and outlive and then promptly outshoot a modern ship. So to that end, we're going to have to armor this thing up. Let's say I'm going to go with 50 millimeters. That already is 50 millimeters. Seriously, colorblind is not very helpful when you're using these minute, at least for me, minute color changes. Let's have something resembling a citadel there. Should also help with the balancing of the ship, as well as ideally not make it pop out of the water too highly. I think this is okay for now. I have my torpedo launchers, I still have my 5-inch guns. I should be able to make something happen. The real question is, what do we need to take on? Let's save this as the, well, no longer really the DD1, this is the DD2, and find something to fight. Before immediately jumping to something like a modern ship, I'm going to try and take out the Hood over here. I have 36,800 hit points. They have more than double. Yet I'm not going to let that deter me, because I have already seen that this ship is capable of great things. Or at least, let's say the destroyer iteration was capable of great things. Now, seeing as I'm a battleship, I'm going to turn broadside. And the ship actually sits pretty nicely into the water. I'm not at all unhappy about that. I'm going to try using, let's say, bursts of 4 shells. So the next salvo should be ready in about 10 seconds. And a full reload is going to cost me 25 seconds. Well, from now. Hood, of course, armed pretty seriously. Oh, good hit. So based on at least their previous speed, we have a good solution here. Can we get a citadel, please? Oh, splashed over. Okay. Yeah, they did hit me, but it was just a smidge. Like, it almost didn't hurt me. Their secondaries are opening up. My secondaries are opening up. Okay, fine. We're going for full bursts. Full salvos. Come on, make me proud. I can also try and throw a torpedo or two into the water. I'm not sure if the Hood is immediately going to get a warning about that. Yeah, we're getting non-pens with the 5-inchers. Floomp. Hood appears to be turning. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, they might get an instant warning about the ricochet. Oh, sorry, about the torpedo in the water. Or they're immediately responding to what might have been something resembling a firing solution on my part. Come on. Really? Just 1 pen? Surely we can do better. That might not have even been a main gun. It probably was a secondary gun. Range is now only 14 clicks. I'm not sure if it's really in the benefit of the Hood to get too close to me. There's the salvo. There's HE mixed in with AP apparently. Ooh. Decent, decent. Yeah, casemates. Look at the detail on this ship. That is really nice. Really nice. Unfortunately, she's going to have to sink. Can't really spend too much time looking at her. She has to go. The Hood has definitely hit me, but I'm quite surprised at really how much damage she has not done. Like, where is all the damage at? She has pretty good guns. Hood was what, 14 inches, I think? So where's the damage? I'm getting pretty reliable 5,000 points of damage per shot, or at least per hit. Where's theirs? Still 14 clicks out. Did I armor the ship up too much, or what? Ship is turning to port, that makes it a bit more difficult. Here's the Hood. Yeah, I think we're going to splash those shells. The 5-inchers are not really getting a pen. Unfortunate. Range, 11.9. If they want to keep closing on me, I welcome it. Because I got torpedoes. If they're still functional, that is. Yeah, everything's still functional. Okay. I've done 16,000. There you go. That hurt him. They lost a turret. Not a primary one, though. Okay. Let's try and close the distance a bit. Making it very difficult for the Hood to dodge torpedoes. I don't want her to have any fair chance. We're not doing that. Oh, just one gun? Come on now. That's looking pretty decent. Ah, just splashed it too short. Fine. That could be a decent hit amidships. Yeah, mild. Stern guns don't really have a good firing arc at the moment. Some pen. I've lost 5,000 health. They've lost 25,000. What gives? Like, I'm not that heavily armored, right? That was another module that got destroyed. Boom. That was their turret destroyed again. Range 6.5. 8,000 damage. Am I being protected too much by plot armor again or something? Like, is the game really making my life this easy? Well, they did hit me quite a bit, actually. Give me the port side torpedo launcher. Come on, I have the target locked. Why is the torpedo launcher not giving me a firing solution? Now I'm gonna have to kind of guesstimate where this thing is gonna go. Okay, that should at least give him something to worry about. If it doesn't flat out kill them. And that... yeah, that was 11,000. Almost 12. I'm down to 19,000. I should be able to survive this. I still need to work on my torpedoes here, because apparently they're a lot slower than I had hoped. So be it. Right over to starboard. Come on. Get him. My guns can't keep up with my turn. Finish her. That was nothing? I ricocheted with 14-inch armor piercing at that angle? Come on. Yeah, I ricocheted again. How, though? Come on, Hood. AA gun destroyed. Not really a priority. Angle is slightly suboptimal. I'm gonna wait for all the guns to get ready. There. Non-pen? I'm not switching to HE. This is AP. Ooh, my ship is looking somewhat flooded. We're losing buoyancy. And hit points. Survive. Survive, come on. Not you though, Hood. You can sink. Fine, we'll go HE. Let's see if that does anything more. Yeah, it did. I'm not sure if in this game you have armor that gets destroyed. If that's the case, maybe that explains why my armor piercing just doesn't do the same level of damage that it used to. For the next opponent, I'll also up the difficulty level, because now I'm playing an officer, which is, I think, level 2 of 4. Maybe I just need to up the difficulty to make sure that these guys get, let's say, better AI of sorts. And as such, maybe better abilities to actually hit me. There she goes. Hood eliminated. Job done. However, what are we going to do when we face a more modern warship? Maybe we can find a modern destroyer Let's say an Arleigh Burke. How about that? Here goes. Arleigh Burke. You and I, friend. This time around, I'm definitely going to be bringing HE. Because I need to knock out, well, weapon systems on this ship. I don't strictly need to knock out their health very quickly. But the sooner I can destroy their missile launchers, the better it'll be. Because I don't think I can survive a whole lot of missiles. And these are pretty sizable threats. These are pretty sizable threats. Okay, steady. Go on. That's 7 missiles coming at me already. 8. The only thing I have going for me is health / armor. Because I have nothing else. I destroyed their engine. Okay. Uh-oh. Does one of those take... Yeah, that takes 1400 damage off of me. That's dangerous. Full salvo. Oh, the ship is not capable of sustaining hits like this. Absolutely not. I'm down to 14,000 hit points. And dead. Ho 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 ho. Okay. Arleigh Burke is a bit too much to chew off for now. We're gonna have to find something a little smaller. Or at least something that doesn't have missiles, or as many missiles. What else can we fight? The Iowa, yeah, why not? No thank you. The Sakharov Cruiser, Köln, New Mexico. Scharnhorst would be interesting as well. South Carolina. I could try dueling Yamato. Yeah, why not? Let's go and duel Yamato. For the ability to add 18 inches to my ship. This thing has 124,000 hit points, and I'm trying to take on Yamato with a couple of 14-inch guns. 8 14-inch guns versus 9 18-inch guns. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Well, there's our first bit of damage done. She is pretty. Unfortunately, she's gonna have to go down as well. Down in flames. Ready, ready, ready. Let's try and angle the ship. I'm not so sure if it's going to make that much of a difference, but against this threat, any advantage that I can get, I'll happily take. Slight pen. Is it possible, perhaps, to use high explosive and knock out something like a rangefinder? Because that would help me. Just making sure that she doesn't get the same capabilities as I do when it comes to landing shots. I can also... Oh, ship's out of range. I can't use my torpedo launchers yet. Seeing as I have torpedo launchers, it would be interesting to try and close the distance, but she has a lot of secondary guns. And I'm not so sure I can survive those. Oh, that splashed fairly close. My turn. High explosive. Hoping to get a rangefinder, but the shells seem to be way, way off. Yeah, that's not anywhere near the target. Okay, I'm gonna try and bank on the torpedo launchers anyway. I'm actually surprised at how slow my ship is. Doing about 15, 16 knots. Ooh. Like Yamato is zigzagging. Full salvo. Oh, that might actually hit. With a pen as well. Really? So, only 118,000 hit points to go through. No biggie. Oh yes, continue your turn. Let me fall in behind you so your bow turrets cannot actually function. I'd be very much in favor of that. Let's hope I'm giving her enough lead. Not exactly sure what my shell travel time is. Hit. Ooh. That destroyed a lot of their AA guns. that might make approaching the Yamato slightly safer. Because without those AA guns / secondary guns, she'll be slightly less capable at dealing with my, well, more vulnerable modules. Oh crap, the moment I select a different type of ammo, it reloads the guns. Ow! Holy shit, that was half my health. That was more than half my health. One elevator has been destroyed. Thankfully it was for the 5-inch gun. Good lord, that really messed me up. Unfortunately, I don't believe that I can do quite the same level of damage to her. But I'm gonna have a pretty good go. 13 clicks out. Again, I don't have a torpedo solution, so we're just gonna have to bank it. Or a chance it. Yeah, we did do some damage to her. But she has to hit me like once or twice more, and I don't have a ship. Concerning. Very concerning. Come on. We can destroy some of their loaders, like some of their... Well, or a turret. I only got a pen on the turret. They have 99,000 hit points, I have 9,000. Yes. Oh, and the engine's getting repaired. For 30 seconds more, I'll have to wait until we get full propulsion. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be quite capable of taking on this threat yet. At least I feel like I'm doing some damage to her. Yeah. Yeah. Turret destroyed. Did it really? I cannot see what turret I destroyed on their ship, but it's definitely not one of their primaries. She still has 4,000 hit points left to kill on my ship. That's all she has to do. And I appear to be losing health at an alarming rate. Destroy another AA gun. Yeah, my ship's doomed. 2,700 hit points versus 90,000. Is my torpedo launcher still available? With the amount of zigzagging that the Yamato does, I'm not that likely to do anything against her, though. But, keep the enemy on their toes. Ready? $2,000 hit points. The torpedo launch sound is almost like a grenade launcher. Oh, I'm down to 800 hit points. This is not a threat that I can deal with yet. Hit. 2,500 damage. So if we get a pen, we can reliably do a couple... Let's say about 2,000 points of damage. But you need a lot of those hits. Is she just going to ignore the torpedoes? Ooh, we destroyed quite a bit there, including a rangefinder. I have 360 hit points. Torpedoes? No, she's dodging them like a pro. All of them. Ah, Yamato, come on. Just humor me, right? Take a torpedo to the face. Hard to port, and I'm gone. Yeah, this was a bit much. I think we might have to defeat some other smaller ships first, before being able to take on a threat quite like this. If you have any suggestions for what I should be facing next, by all means, let me know. I'm going to be working on the ship a bit more before the next episode, and get ready to take on some bigger threats. And since this is NavalArt, well, in my case, naval abominations, I can make it a bit less forthcoming, shall we say, than this ship. It doesn't have to be quite as, well, pretty as this. We can have a lot more guns, especially since we did take down the Hood. So let's go and get more guns, and I'll be back with another episode fairly shortly. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.